All right, guys, let's talk about some tiny locks. These must be no end of frustration for some of you guys because you keep sending these things to me, asking me to show you the tricks on getting inside. There are no tricks, but we do have to make a couple of accommodations for these little locks. I'm going to go ahead and use two of the most popular, and both of them happen to be ABUS. If there are such things as tricky, tiny locks, these would probably fall in that category only because of the tiny size of the keyway. And in the case of the 6525, it actually contains some spool pins. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about this guy first. When you look at the key, when we have tiny locks, there's not a lot of space to work with. So in this case, we've only got 3 pins jammed inside of this tiny little Yale-style keyway. So the accommodation that I would make is that you've got to make your own tension wrench. Now this one started out as a serrated. This is from Peterson. It comes as a set. I think it's of 3. All I did, and I carry this in my bag, I just bent the other end of it because it's very narrow spring steel, and I found that it fits into these guys pretty nicely. It fits, and some of them I put it on the bottom like that, and on others, if you can't hold the lock, I put it in the top. And then I wedge it against the side of my thumb. And it's kind of awkward to hold like that sometimes, but it does work. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. All right, we got a German lock. When we use bottom of the keyway, we really don't have a lot of room to play with there. So I'm going to find a very tiny pick, and that would be this guy. This is a German lock. We got a German pick. This one happens to be from Multi-Pick, and it is I think it's the Victor 06. It is a copy of the pick profiles used by SS Dev. So it is 15 thousandths, you can tell by the blue band, and it's a very narrow Euro-style profile. We're going to try that for a Euro lock. Put this dude in there like so. Not quite like that, but like that. And then take that really fine tip, work him in there, and it's just like picking any other lock, other than having to pinch him between your fingers like that. So find the pin. And this little guy, they generally don't have security pins. So you basically find it and you force the pins and you very quickly get it open. No trick other than tiny pick and very small homemade tensioners. When we get anything larger than that though, like this guy, it's almost, well, it's about a half-size keyway, but he's large enough to where we can use our traditional tools. A little bit trickier. He does have some spool pins, and when they get up to this size, at least the Abuses, they start to put in a pretty good variation on the bitting to kind of trip us up. But if you close your eyes, once you get him tensioned up, I went ahead and selected this guy for top of the keyway. I can get him, as I said, holding him is the biggest problem, and a lot of times it's easier when it's on the bag because then you just pull on it and it kind of tensions him. So place him in there, put your thumb up there, and then I'm going to use, because he's fairly wide open, my medium hook. You can either use a 25 thousandth, which is what this one is. This is from the Praxis kit, or the 15 thousandth of this same pick, also from the Praxis kit from UK Bump Keys. All right, apply a little bit of tension, and you can work from the bottom. And again, you'll get counter rotation just like that one when you hit a spool. If you close your eyes, it's almost like picking a regular lock. A regular full-size lock. There is a binding sequence. Okay, I've got 3 of them. I got to find that last, that was a spool. That last one is pin 3, and we get an open. It just takes a little practice. You notice how awkward these can be to hold in your hand. As I said, when these are attached to, say, a suitcase, generally I can pull on it or place my hand between the suitcase and the lock and put pressure on it and hold it like that. And it's much easier to hold when it's attached to the bag. Holding it freestyle like this, a little more difficult, but it's still absolutely possible. Anyway, guys, there you go. Tiny locks. A couple of modified techniques, but that's it. No real tricks. So please stop sending these things. Anyway, guys, appreciate your time. Stay safe. Stay legal.